Hey, hi, good evening, everyone. I hope I am visible and audible to you guys. Just give me a quick yes or no in the chat, guys. Hey, hi, I see around 171, close to 200 people, right? Sorry. So, a very good evening to everyone who is present here. And hi, Surani, hi, Manohar, hi, Indra, everyone who is there in the chat, right? Hi, Harish. Okay, so let me just also share my screen so I can actually see what you guys are typing. I have to switch my screens again and again. Just give me a sec. Okay, this should do. Okay. Yep. So let me just switch to your screen and see. Okay, so now I can see your chat as well side by side and see what you guys are doing and everything, right? Okay, so before we start, right? So let me just quickly introduce myself. I'm Prasad, one of the team members at Let's Upgrade, and I'm here to onboard you guys to our HTML and CSS program, which are starting today, right? So the next 5 days, guys, you all are going to learn the basics of HTML and CSS and how you can get started in your career into web development, right? So before screen quality, Harish, just refresh the screen or just improvise, like you have the settings icon, right? That is on your end, which you can increase the quality of the video, right? So before we go ahead, can I just know from what all locations you guys are joining? Okay, so what all locations you guys are joining? So I am currently joining from Mumbai. So can we have a, you can say an update in the chat, like from where you guys are joining? So let me just try. I am from Mumbai. Okay, right. So can I? Okay, Mysore, New Delhi, Delhi. Okay, two Delhi people. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so we have someone from abroad as well. That's great, right? So let's quickly get started, and I'll also introduce you guys to your mentor for the whole session for the next 5 days. Before that, let me just help you understand how, as a student, you have to follow this session so that you can complete your program and also get the certificate. The very first thing you need to understand is this complete program is going to be free of cost so that you can understand and also start your career into web development. So a few basic, you can say, to do's from you as a student is that register for the program if you don't have done yet. So this, you can see this link, right? That is the one link which we call. You can just open up this link. Let me just show. I'll just let it be opened and I'll just go back to explaining you. So there are a few things which you guys need to follow as a mandate, that is registration, attendance, certificate download, assignments, and eloquence. I'll explain all of them in a bit. This is one link where you can get everything. Also, you can get access to channels of WhatsApp and Telegram where you get all the updates regarding to your program, right? And then we have our full stack program, which will get you, you can say, job ready in next 6 months. Now let's move on to the main thing, that is the registrations. So as you can see, the main thing you need to do is go and register. So I'm just going to register. Okay, so now once I enroll, so that's this. If you have not enrolled yourself first, all you have to do is go and enroll into the program. And once you enroll it, it will directly take you to a dashboard where everything related to your program, everything related to your next 5 days will be given. So let just open, right? Okay, now it will just enroll me. Okay, let's see. Right. So I just got a text notification from LetsUpgrade saying yes, I have been enrolled into the program, and this marks your successful start to this whole Essentials Bootcamp. Right. As you can see, it has got me enrolled. Now, just let's understand what all things are there on a dashboard. So first of all, it says 5 days course. So starting from Monday till Friday, next 5 days, 6:30 to 7:30 is going to be a class timings. All the links for the schedule are given here. So this is the schedule. Now, if you watch closely, right, as soon as the class goes live, you will have the option to mark your attendance. All you need to do is come here, mark your attendance, and just if you like what we are doing and how the session is been done, you can give us a 10 on 10. And if you are giving anything below 10, just specify very clearly what is that we can improvise. If you are interested to take our full stack program, you can just say yes. And if there's nothing to be improved, just give nothing, and that's it. Now this marks your attendance submission, and this reflects on your progress. So let me just refresh and show you how things work. Okay, let it refresh. I hope everything is visible to you guys. Okay, is my chat running below slow? Let me just also verify. I'm not able to see what you guys are able to see. Just let me also open YouTube on my mobile and check. Did you actually get to see what I just did? Okay. No, 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 no. Okay, great. Right. So see, my progress has just went from 0 to 20. Now, what all things do matter in this progress is you have this question mark. You can just click on this, and a pop-up should come. Let me just click on it again. No, it's behaving weird. Okay, let me see. Yes, sir, all going good. Jai Shri, Jai Shri Ram. Okay. Yeah, so okay. Very nice. Yes. So if you can see, the progress is based on two things, that is marking your attendance. Let me just put the mobile in front of me. Yes. Marking your attendance and also assignment submissions. You have to put your assignments directly here. I'll show you how and where the assignments come. The certificates will be available to download directly on this portal after 2nd December, and your progress is more than 50%. Right. So you will see a download certificate here, generate certificate button just besides it. For all the updates, just wait for 5-10 more minutes, because this is important. Otherwise, you'll not be able to complete the session properly and get certificates, and you'll be in doubt later. Right. So now, to mark your attendance, see, here's the option. Just go on this portal and you will see this option here, mark attendance. Now, as I've already marked, it was showing assignments will be given by the trainer in the session. Once the assignments are given, the same will be available here. So there will be one more button here, submit assignment, below this attendance marking button. There it will open a pop-up, and you have to just submit the URL of your GitHub, right, of whatever assignment you have done, and it will come to us. Right. Now the very important thing which is you guys have to follow is the Telegram and WhatsApp link. All the updates, like from tomorrow onwards, will be given in this Telegram. So today you got a mail and a WhatsApp, tomorrow you will get directly in the groups. So please go and join our Telegram channel and also the WhatsApp groups. And if the groups are full, you can just let us know in the tomorrow session. We'll add you to the newer groups. And Telegram channel, you can just open up the Telegram link and you can just join the channel. Right. So any doubts in terms of how to register, how to get your attendance, how to mark the attendance, how to submit your, you can say, how to submit your assignments, any queries? Okay, I see all going good. Yes, Saurabh, see, all the resources are available on everywhere on YouTube and everywhere, but still the sessions happening live and all your doubts getting solved is not possible on W3. Okay, so you all have the resources everywhere, right? Saurabh, you can actually move on to this, you can say, to learn wherever you, because knowledge is available everywhere. So I'll just go and introduce Sanjay. Yes, we have Sanjay with us. Yeah. Hi, sir. How are you?
Oh, yeah. So, am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes,
I
you're audible,
think,
sir.
yeah, right now. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I am fine, sir.
Great. So,
And really
guys,
very excited to start our session.
yeah. So, guys, is Sanjay, and you can say one of our almost, I guess, you can say now we can call him as a veteran trainer with Let's Upgrade now. So, he has
Yeah.
been training a lot of sessions in our full stack programs as well as free batches. And recently, I've also started building clones. And Sanjay has been like recently, Sanjay has built Netflix clone. And something
Mm-hmm.
interesting is also cooking up for this December month. So why I'm just saying all this is because you just need to understand, just follow HTML CSS program. We have a JavaScript program lined up right after this, and after that we are
Yep.
going to build something amazing as a some you can say a product company's clone, right? So make sure
Yeah,
that you
exactly.
guys are going to understand and practice whatever Sanjay is teaching. Ask as many as doubts you can in this session, and we'll make sure that every one of your doubts is getting cleared. If still your doubts are remaining, please join our WhatsApp and Telegram groups and put your doubts there, right? With that, yes, you can join any one of the channel, Telegram or WhatsApp, and it should be fine. Assignment questions are very simple. Whatever you learn is going to be asked, right? So don't be worried of that. Just focus on what is being taught, right? And we'll make sure that your journey is very smooth, right? So with that, Sanjay, all over to you. All the best,
Yep.
guys. I'll see you towards the end of the session. Bye bye.
Okay, sir. Bye-bye. Okay, so here we are. And first of all, I just wanted to ask if I am visible and you can see my screen, everything is going good. So first of all, let me just stop the screen sharing. I'm just going to change the screen that, okay. So I think my screen is visible or not, just a quick confirmation so that we can continue, because it happens a lot that just forgot to share my screen and we just do all the things. Yeah, so in these sessions, we are going to understand about HTML and CSS from basic. And don't worry if you already know about HTML and CSS, I'm gonna have some special things for you as well. So you're also going to learn something here. So like it's a complete pack for everybody. Either you are just a beginner or you have a little bit of knowledge with HTML, CSS. So okay, visible, that's great. And poor screen quality, you can just increase the YouTube video quality to 1080p, because I don't feel like it's the problem from our end. Okay, so first of all, let's just understand that what we are going to learn like in next few weeks. So for all those who are just beginners, we're actually starting our web developer journey. So if you want to become a web developer or a developer in like in normal sense, so you need to know about some few things basically, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So these are like ultra necessary things. Now if you want to start your journey as a developer, you need to know about these things. So that is why we are going to cover these things here, and eventually we will move to some advanced topics like also React maybe, and Node.js as well. So let's start with our journey here. So first of all, let's understand what is web, and so that we can understand now what we are doing. So that's we have to complete first. So let's just understand the web first of all, or internet in like in normal terms. So what is internet? So internet is nothing but all the computers around the world. So suppose these are the computers now. So these all our computers are just connected with each other. That's all. Okay, literally that's all about internet. And these computers can share some information between these in between now. So this computer can share something to this computer, likewise this computer can share something with this computer. Okay. Okay. So now you know about internet. Internet is just some bunch of computers connected with each other. Okay, that's great. And these computers can share some information. We call it data to be precise. Data is just a fancy term for some information, messages and all. Like hi, hello, how are you is also a data. But we are concerned about a very specific type of data, that is going to be a file. So I want my computer to share a specific type of file, and that file is going to be of type HTML. So you have seen so many types of file now. For pictures we have JPEG, PNG. For songs and all we have MP3. For videos we have MP4, isn't it? Like we have so many types of files now. I just want to share a very special type of file, and that file is going to be of type HTML. Okay, let's recap all this stuff. So we know internet is just a bunch of computers connected with each other. Second thing, these computers can share some data in between. Okay, and third thing, I want to share a very special type of data that is going to be type HTML. So HTML is very very unique. Why? Because in HTML you can share data with some beautiful things. So let me just show you a HTML file. So first of all, we need to create a HTML data. Na? So our task is going to create that HTML file, that HTML data that we are going to share through the internet. Okay. So I'm first of all, we will create a HTML file. Okay. Just create a HTML file, and then we will share this HTML file through the globe. Na? So everybody around the world can see my HTML file. And at the end of this session, we are going to create a clone for Let's Upgrade official website. So, and also we are going to deploy that on the internet so that everybody can see it. So like that's going to be our task for next 5 days. So let's just start now. And yeah, don't worry, like I'm going to give you a recap for each and everything. And as we are going to move ahead with this session, you're going to understand all the concept in really, really great depth. So shall we start? Like now you know about internet and also a little bit about HTML. Okay, so HTML is a file that we are going to create, and eventually we will share that file. Okay, okay. Uh, uh, uh. Just start. Okay, so we can start. So there's a lot of echo in my voice. Okay, just give me 1 second so I can fix it. It's on. Okay, so there's echo cancellation is on. I don't feel like it. There should be. Okay. Okay, that's great. So let's just create that data, na, that file. How we can create a file? It's very simple. Just right click anywhere, just click on new and just select the text document. Like literally just click here and you can open this and you can put any data here. So hello, I am a data and save it. Okay, so now we have created our data, and this type of data is of plain text. Now if you can see here, it's .txt, it's .txt, but I'm not concerned about this type of data. I want to create a very unique type of data that is going to be .html. So file, save as. Okay, save as. Now choose the location where you want to save this file. You can name this file anything. So web page, so this is going to be name I'm going to pick .html and save it. Okay, so if you can see here, so this is the file we have got now, webpage.html. See, webpage.html, and I wanted to create this type of data. And if I will just click on it now, double click here, and let's see what we are getting. So this is what we are getting. So like like literally we have created a HTML file, even though it's not pretty enough, but we have created our first web page. So to be honest, a web page or website is all this. You just need to create a HTML file, and this file can be basically executed or opened by a browser like Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Opera Mini. We have so many browsers now. All these browsers can understand .html file. Like MP3 files can be understood by music player or VLC media, isn't it? Your photos can be understood by a photo gallery, something like that. Similarly, this HTML file can be opened or understood by a browser. So that is why we are creating this type of file. So right now it's not looking that great. Like we just have some hello, I am data written here. So let's just modify it. So I'm just going to open this file again. So just right click, open with, and just open with it notepad. And you can write anything here. So let me just open this here as well. And I'm just going to put this thing here and this notepad file here. And I'm just going to write anything. So hello, I am Sanjay, and save it. And if we'll refresh here, see, I'm getting hello, I'm Sanjay. You can even put some emojis if you wanted to save it. And now your web page have emojis as well. So this is the basics, like ultra basics, like what happens behind the scene. So now we know that we have to create this HTML file. But why? Like, why don't we create an MP3 file, or let's say a TXT file? Why this HTML? Why this .html? Because a HTML file can have something special in it, and we call them tags or HTML element. So complete HTML is all about these tags. So we are going to understand how we can write a proper HTML file that is going to help us to create a very beautiful and a very like good website. So what are these tags? So right, I'm just going to show you an example. So this is our tag look. So like this, and I'm just going to save it. Now you can see I'm getting this text which is bigger and bolder. You can also create a list by using these tags. So we are going to understand how these tags works. So let me just give you some example. So I'm just going to create a list here now. Li, let's say apple, and let me just copy it. I'm just going to paste it, and let's just go with mango and save it. See, now I have some sort of list here. So by using these tags inside a HTML file, you can basically manage your data. So it's gonna look little better. Okay. So let's just start doing this. So that's all. Like we are going to create this HTML file, and initially we will understand about these tags, how these tags works, how HTML file works, how a browser understand your HTML file. And at the end of this session, we are going to create a very pretty file, and we are going to deploy it on the internet. So we are actually going to create a clone for Let's Upgrade. Yep. Okay. The screen is not clear. Yeah, it's a heading tag. Yeah. Okay. So now let's just create, I'm not going to use this notepad to create my HTML file. Why? Because this notepad is a text editor and it's not good for coding stuff. Na? So I'm going to use a different software, and the software name is VS Code. So I'm going to use this software called VS Code. Inside this, I'm going to write the code, and we call these type of softwares code editors. Like we have text editors, then we have code editors. So code editors have some special features which will help us write our code in a better way and easier. It's going to make our life so easier. So there are so many code editors out there like Sublime, Atom, PyCharm, and so many. But my personal favorite is VS Code. So let's just download it. It's very simple. Just go over here and look for VS Code and press enter. Just Google VS Code and download it. It's very straightforward and very simple. VS Code has so many more features that we are going to utilize. So here you can download it for Windows, Linux, or Mac. So right now I'm using Windows, so I will download it for Windows. So download it. By the way, I have already installed it, so I'm not going to install it one more time, but just to show it how to install it. So it's getting downloaded. It's gonna take some 30 seconds or something like that. So let's just pause it now. Just let it pause it. And let me just minimize it first of all. And just open this. Okay, it's getting down. Okay, 7 minutes are left. So let's just let it be downloaded. I'm just going to put it here. Okay, so it's downloaded. Just open it, and installation process is very straightforward. Just some bunch of next. So okay, just click it, and by the way, VS Code have some extra features, and we call it extensions. So by adding those extensions, you can basically make your VS Code like a Superman. So I accept it, next, and just click on this install button to install it. I'm not going to install it one more time because it is already installed here. Okay, that's great. So now let's start creating a website. For that, I'm just going to create a new folder because I like to keep my things neat and clean. So I'm just going to create a new folder here with our name of day one. Okay, I'm creating a new folder here. Open this folder and right click. Okay, right click anywhere and show more options. And here you will see open in VS Code. So you can click here. So what I'm doing, I'm opening this folder inside the VS Code. Let me just open the VS Code first of all. VS Code. So this is VS Code. Let's just see. By the way, your VS Code is going to look little different than mine because I have some stylistic changes in my VS Code. up here. So let's close this program. So I'm actually working on this program. And this VS Code, you can open any folder. You can basically open any folder where you want to work. So just click here on the file, open folder here. Just click on this open folder. And I'm just going to select that folder that I have recently created. So in our desktop, day one, and select the folder. And it's going to open this folder here. So now our folder is open, and by this VS Code, you can basically create some multiple files. So this is our folder here. So this is our folder, and here you are getting some icons and all. So you can click on this icon to create a new file, like webpage.html, and press enter, and it's going to create a new file for me. See, it is creating a new file for me. I can also delete some files. You can create some new folders. You can literally do anything. So I'm just going to create a new file with the name of index.html. You can choose any name, but there's a convention that we always go with index.html. So just create it. Okay, that's great. And just open it. Now let's just create our first web page with a very simple tag. So let me just write here h1. Okay, and first web page. Okay, and just save it. And now you can go here. So here you will see an icon, and we call it extensions. So just be careful now. So just be careful in this part. What you can do, you can literally double click on this file. So let it just open. Okay, and you can just double click on this file to open this web page. But this is not what I'm going to do, because the problem is every time I'm going to make any change. So suppose if I add a emoji here like this, so if I add a emoji here, I basically have to refresh here. So that is not what I want. So I will use my VS Code. So this VS Code has something called as extensions. So you can go here, so this icon, click here, and here just look for something called live server. So type here live server and press enter. And yeah, and you will see this first thing. Just click, go over here and install it. So I have already installed it now, so that's why it's showing me uninstall. You're going to get a button, install it. So install, and as soon as you will install it, you will get a special icon down there, this one, which is written go live. Okay, with this go live. And by the way, this part is not mandatory, but this is how I'm gonna code. So you can use any other code editor, and if you want, you can literally just double click here, and every time you can refresh it. But I don't like to refresh every time. That is why I'm going to use this thing called live server. Just install it, and you will get this thing go live. Just focus here, go live. And all you need to do is click on this button. Okay, just click here, and you need to wait for a few seconds. And now you can see now your web page is automatically opened here. So you don't have to now you don't have to click here. It's automatically going to get opened. And now the fun part is that every time you will make any change, it is going to refresh. Okay, so it is going to refresh every time I will make a change. The only catch is now you only have to name your file with index.html. You cannot use any other name. You can just use the name index.html, and we are going to fix it. But for right now, just create a file with index.html, install the extension live server, install it. It's very straightforward. And if you will install it, you will get an icon here, go live. Just click on that go live, and it's going to open your web page in your favorite web browser. Okay, that's it. So that was all the setup. Okay, so till here we were just doing the setup stuff. So we haven't written a single line of code. Now we can start with our code. Okay, so if you have any doubt till here, you can ask me. Okay, you can ask me like in the setup part. Otherwise, you can just literally rewatch this part. So we can start with our coding now. Okay, so let's just understand what is tag first of all. So let me just put this thing at the right side and my web page here, so we can see both of the things side by side. Okay, so HTML just consists of two things, and the first thing is called some tags. Okay, and second is some piece of information that we can call as data. So HTML file have two things, tag and a data. And combining these two things, you can create a HTML element. HTML element. Let's see how a tag actually look like. So there are some tags with some fixed name, okay, like h1, p, then we have a, HTML is also a tag. Then we have so many tags. And by you, what are these tags first of all? So these tags will help us to show the data in a very, like you can say it like in a very specific form na? So if I just write something, let's say hello, and if I save it, and now I have to refresh it, so I'm just getting my hello, literally just hello. But what if I just want to make this hello bigger and bolder? So for that I will use a tag called h1. So how to use a tag? Just type the name of your tag h1. You need to wrap this thing inside this arrow brackets, okay, and after this you need to type your data, and then you can have a closing part. So we'll also understand why we have this closing part. And if I'll save it, see, now my hello is bigger and bolder. So here this is our data and this is our HTML tag, okay. So this thing is our data and it is our HTML tag, HTML tag here. And by combining these two things, we are actually creating a HTML element. HTML element. Okay. Now let's just understand this HTML element in little bit more depth, and then we can going to learn about so many tags. Not all, because we have thousands of tags. So, but we will understand how these tags actually work. So if you see here, so this is the tag name. No? This is the h1. This is the tag name. We have more tags like this. Then we have h2. Then we have h3. So these are three different tags here: h1, h2, h3, and all these three tags perform some unique things. So h1 is if you want something bigger and bolder, then h2 if you want to have something little bit toned down, h3 is if you want something more toned down. So we have these tags, and each tag is going to perform a unique thing. But how to use it? Just type tag name. You have to wrap it inside these arrow brackets, and you can see we have the opening part and the closing part. So why do we have this opening and the closing part? Suppose let me just remove the closing part and let me save it. So we are getting the result, like it's not changing anything. So why do we have the closing part? Problem is now if you don't have the closing part, so what is going to happen? So I am just a text, don't make me bold. And if I save it, if I save it, see, it is also getting bolder and thicker, but I don't want this thing to be bold. So because you don't have any closing partner, your HTML is not understanding where to stop this. So that is why you're having this effect throughout your data. So that is why we have the closing part. Okay, that is why you have the closing part. And the difference in the closing part is just type the tag name, and you just need to have a backslash here. So this is the backslash. So this is the opening and this is the closing. And now if I'll save it, so now let me just save it here first and a refresh. See, now this hello is only the thing which is bigger and bolder, and rest of the thing is just normal text. Yeah, so that's why we have the opening and the closing part. But there are some tags which don't have this opening and the closing part, like hr. So we have this thing called HR, and HR is used to create a line. See, now I am having a line here. But if you can see here, this HR is not having any opening in the closing part. The reason is very simple, because we are not having any data here. So every time you're going to have some sort of data for any element, in that case, you will have the opening and the closing part. Otherwise, you're just going to have a simple tag with no closing part. And one thing just I want to tell you, we are actually learning about HTML5. HTML5. So there are many versions for the HTML, and the latest version is HTML5, and we are learning this HTML5 only. Yep. Okay, that's great. And then we have something called BR. If I save it, so this is a tag which is used to have a line break. Okay, and again you can see in this BR also we don't have any closing part. The reason is simple: BR tag is used to have a line break. So after this text, I'm having a line break. I can use it again and again like this. After every text, I'm going to have a line break. Save it. See, I am just a text, don't make me bold. So this BR is used for line break, HR is used to create a line. And now let's just understand about more of these tags. So by the way, like literally that's all about these tags are. So we are going to have so many tags. We will understand about each of the tag one by one, how they work, how they use. So till now we know that we have something called as tag that can help us to decorate our data. Okay, so it's doing something of type of decoration thing, isn't it? And some tags can have the opening and the closing part, and some are not going to have the closing part. Because and the differentiation is very straightforward, and the reason is, if you have the data inside of your tag, then you're going to have the closing part. Otherwise, some tags like HR and BR, they don't have any data in between of this, so that's why they don't have the closing part. Yep. Okay, so now let me just create a proper HTML file. So in any HTML file, the first tag that you need to use is called as HTML tag. Just type HTML and HTML here. So why this HTML tag? So it is actually going to tell that we are creating a HTML file. So now my browser can understand that we are creating a HTML file. So we first thing that you always have to do is to write this HTML tag. Yep. And one thing I just forgot to tell you, that I can just type any data here. So let me just save it. See, I'm getting hello. Okay. There are some tags which are not going to do something special. Like it seems like they are not doing anything, but they are doing something behind the scene. So this HTML tag is little bit more important than just making my browser understand that this is gonna be HTML file. So we're going to learn about this in tomorrow's session. But today, let me just tell you about one more tag that is called as head. Okay, just type this head tag, and inside this head tag, you can write some stuff. And then we have something called body tag. So inside this body, you can also write some stuff here. Okay, now let's just understand what is this head and body and why do we use it. And one thing you can see, I'm using a tag inside of another tag. So this is what you can do. So you can have data, or you can use another HTML tag inside of some another tag. Okay, so let me just remove it for now, for a while. We have a tag called title. Okay, we have a title tag. So right now you can see here, just look here now, I'm not having any proper title. It's showing that 127.0.0 slash index html. If you want to have a proper title for a website, just use this tag here, and let me just type here, let's say web page. And if I save it, and if I give a refresh, see, I'm getting this web page here. So you can literally write anything. Let me just write, let's upgrade, and okay, spelling is not great, and save it. See, I'm getting this let's upgrade here. So this title tag is used to put a title for a website. Okay, that's great. Now we know the purpose of this tag. Okay, nice. But what's the purpose of this head tag then? Head. Okay, so what is this thing now? So whatever thing you're going to put inside this head tag is going to be read first. It's like they have more priority. So when my browser, my Chrome browser is going to read my HTML file, it's going to read anything which is written inside this head tag in the beginning. Before doing anything else, it's going to read your head tag. So if you have any information which is important about your website, like what is the title for a website, what is the data you're going to put inside this website, and some sort of more information, you can put this information here. We are going to put some information, but let's move to the body part before. And after this, we have the body. So if you want to make anything visible on your website, like on this white part, you can put inside this body tag. So let me just write here h1 and hello. If I save it, and I need to give it a refresh for a while, see, I'm getting this here. So this is our basic structure for a website, and this structure is literally followed by every website. You can also look for the Google. So let me just do google.com, and let's just open it, and you can see the HTML for any website. So this is Google right now. Just right click anywhere, go inside the inspect, and this is the HTML code for the Google. Okay, and if I just going to close it, you can see this website also have this HTML and the body and head. See, it is having this HTML, head, and the body. Okay, so this is a structure for each and every website. You have to follow this. Okay, like literally you have to follow this every time you create a website, so that your website can have better SEO. So let me just go live one more time. So okay, so now we can start working with some more tags and all, and we will understand about something called attributes. So let me just write down some basic tags like h2. So we call it heading, na? h1, h2. Let me just write, say, heading 1, heading, heading 1. Heading 1 is the biggest one. Then we have heading 2, and similarly we have till heading 6. So heading 3, h4, heading 4, and likewise we have heading 6 till 6 na. So this is one of the most basic tag, and we call it heading tag. Okay, so we have h1 to h6. If you want to put some heading for a website, you can use it. Right now I just want to use this h1, and let me just write let's upgrade, because at the end of the session we are going to create a clone for the let's upgrade. Okay, then we have a tag called list tag, or paragraph. So let's just cover this paragraph. So this p tag is used to create a paragraph. So if you want to put some paragraph on a website, you can use this paragraph tag. Okay, moving on to the list tag, which is very simple. If you want to have a list item, just type li, and li, you can have some list here. Let me say 1, 2, and let's say 3 here, 3, and save it. Now I have a list here. Okay, so this is the list tag. Then we have table, anchor, and so many more. So obviously we are not going to learn about all these tags. It's gonna be so boring and so consider spaces in now first thing, in HTML these spaces are going to get ignored, so don't worry about that. Okay, so all the spaces are going to get ignored, and HTML is not case sensitive. So if you want, you can use the capitals as well. So capital H1, capital P is going to work fine. You don't have to basically go with the small case or the capital case. It's not case sensitive. You can use the capital letters or the small letters. Okay, that's great. Now let me just tell you about a very special tag called anchor. So anchor, and let me just type Google here. So let's just understand what is this anchor tag is. So anchor tag, like, it's not doing anything special here, but like don't get into the false claim. So the thing is, every tag can have something called as attributes. Okay, so this anchor tag can have something called attributes. Now let's just understand what are these attributes are. So attributes are like something extra. If you want to provide some extra details, extra information to any HTML element. So this is a HTML element. You can use these attributes. So how to use these attributes? Just go inside the opening part here, and you can type some attributes. So there are some predefined attributes for all these tags. Okay, all these tags can have some predefined attributes. So there is an attribute called href here, and you can basically mention a URL like this. Let me just write google.com, something like this. Okay, and now save it. So this is an attribute for this anchor tag. So if I try to put this attribute here now, it's not going to do anything special. But for this anchor tag, this attribute is little bit special. Now this has become a link to the google.com. So if I click here, it's going to open the google.com for me. See, so you can have so many attributes. Like I'm going to add one more, anchor, and let's just put a link for let's upgrade. Yep, and let me just copy the link for the let's upgrade here. So like I don't spelling mistake now. Okay, so let me just copy this and just go over here and type href. Okay, just type href here, href equals to, and inside this you just need to type the link where you want to go. That's all. Now I have Google and Let's Upgrade. If I'm going to click here, it's going to open the Let's Upgrade website for me. Okay. And one thing more, that a tag can have multiple attributes. So this anchor tag can have one more attribute, and which is called as target. So I'm just going to show you a place where you can know more about these attributes. So this target. So let me just write this target. So inside this attribute, you have to mention some predefined values. Like you can mention underscore blank. So if you just write this underscore blank, now it is going to modify the behavior for this anchor tag, this first one. So it is going to modify the behavior for this anchor tag, because now I have mentioned a special attribute here called target. Okay, so these attributes names are fixed now. You cannot put anything here. You can eventually, but not right now. So this is attribute called target, and there are some values that you can put here. Let's see what is the difference it's gonna make. So if I'm going to click here, if you can notice that it is opening my website in a different tab. See, it's opening a new tab, and here I'm getting this tab. So just by mentioning this attribute, the behavior for my anchor tag is changed. By default now it is going to open the same page. So here it is going to open the different website. See, it's opening this let's upgrade in the exact same tab, but you can modify this behavior just by using this tag called target. Okay, so okay, that's great. Okay, so let me just show you a place where you can know more about these tags and all, because we are going to have so many of them and all these attributes. So just Google it, HTML tags, and press enter, and just click on this first link. Okay, w3 school. So here you can find all the tags and you can read about it. By the way, we are also going to complete most of the tags here. So here you can see I'm having a huge list of all the tags: code, column, data, then we have div, and I think this is the anchor tag. Let's just look for the anchor. Yeah, this is the anchor tag. Just click here, the first one. So click here, and now you have the working example, how it works. And also, if you go down here, it's showing the list of attributes that you can write. So href, okay, specify the URL. Okay, that's great. Then we have the target. So in the target attribute, you can provide these four properties. And if you want to know more about these attributes, just click on this attribute, and it's going to show what this attribute is going to do for you. So blank opens the link document in a new tab or window, opens the link document in the same page, same frame. Then we have top. Okay, so it's going to open the link in a full body window. So it's going to open a new window completely. So okay, that's all. So you can just look for any tag, and you can know more about the information, like what it actually do, and also what all are the attributes that you can provide. So just go at the very down, and you can see. So for the body, it don't support any special attribute, so it's not showing any special attribute here. So then we have something called image. So let's look for the image, and let's just see what this image is gonna do. So how to insert image, it's showing that. So this is an image tag, and it is used to provide an image. If you want to have an image on a website now, then you have to use this image tag. And if you go down, it's showing all the attributes that this tag is going to accept. So let's just use this image tag now, so that we can understand. So let's see what is saying, that you have to use the image tag. Okay, so let's just use this image tag, img. Okay, and it's a self-closing tag, because image is not going to have any data, so it's not going to have the closing part. Okay, save it, and let's see if we are having an image or not. Let's just put it here, and our code editor here. Okay, so we are not having any image. So how it's gonna work? So let's look in the website, like what's saying. You have to mention the source attribute. Okay, so just there's an attribute called source, and here you have to mention the path of the image that you want to put here. So I'm just going to get a image path by this unsplash.com. So from here, just download any image now. So let's just open this image. So it's taking a while to get load. Okay, just click here. It's taking little longer. Okay, just open this in a new tab, open image in a new tab. So this is the address of this image. Copy this and paste it here. Okay, let's see if we are going to get our image or not. Okay, so I'm getting my image, but it's so huge. Okay, like it literally is so huge. So how we can fix it? You can just go over here and let's see what all attributes we have. So we have something called height here. So you can specify the height of the image. Okay, let's try it. Just go over here and type HEIGHT and just mention a number. Let's say 100. Let's see what's gonna do for us. So just put it right side. Okay, now my image is smaller. So I can modify this height, let's say 500. Now image bigger. Let's just stick with 250 for now. And like height, I'm pretty sure that we are going to have the width as well. So type the width and let's say a width of 100 and save it. So now the width is 100 and height is 250. It's not looking that good. So let me just make 400. Okay, that's great. So now just by reading all this, you can use these text according to you. But there's one thing that you need to understand, like not all these tags are same. So we need to understand about something called as block elements and inline elements. So it's a very important part that we need to understand about these elements here. So we will do that tomorrow, not tomorrow. Let me try it now. If we can pull it off today only. So let me just remove this image tag for a while. Okay, so now by the way, you know how to use this image tag. And if you want to add some more stuff, you can anytime just visit that website. From there you can read all the tags. So like there are so many of them, so you can see them. We are going to cover the most basic one that we are going to use inside our clone. So actually we are going to create a clone for this, for official LetsUpgrade.in. So let me just close it for a while. So we are going to create that thing. So don't worry about that. But before that, let me just tell you one more thing. Okay, there's something called comments. So let me just tell you about the comments first of all. So suppose if you are creating a list, okay, suppose you are creating a list here of some links. So I'm just going to create li here, li, and let me just put inside this list, I'm going to write an anchor tag, and it is going to for the Google. Okay, let's just create one more. So see, I'm getting this Google here now, and one more li, and let's just create one for anchor, and just create for YouTube. Okay, save it. Now we have YouTube, and then we have to provide the href now, otherwise it won't have that feature. So http and www.google.com, and let me just provide this attribute here with http www.youtube.com. Okay, I think I misspelled YouTube. Okay, that's great. So now we have some sort of list here. But what if I am working with a team member? So like you're not going to be alone who is going to create this project now. So in an office or in a big company, you're going to have a team of people who are going to work on a same project. So you need to have a way to communicate with everybody now. So this is a list of all some popular website, but how your colleague or your teammate gonna know about this? So I'm just going to put a comment here, a comment like this. This is the list of most popular website, popular uh, not courses, websites. Okay, save it. Okay, but I'm getting this thing on my web page as well, but I don't want to show this on the web page, but I want to put this thing in the code so that my teammate can understand. So I can basically wrap it inside a comment like this. So this is a comment, and if I save it now, your comment is not going to be visible on the web browser. So web browser is going to ignore your comment, but it's having this now. So if you're working in a team, anybody can read this. Okay, so it's gonna be a list for some websites. Okay, that's great. How to put a comment? It's very simple. Just have this thing like opening part hyphen hyphen and this here. Okay, I think I misspelled it, something like this. Okay, so this is how you put a comment. It's very simple. You need to wrap everything inside this arrow bracket. Okay, arrow bracket, and for the first part have the exclamation mark, hyphen, hyphen, and at the very bottom also, like at the closing part, just put hyphen, hyphen. Okay, so this is how you write the comment, but I'm just going to show a trick. Just select the piece of code which you want to comment and then press control and backslash. Okay, it's going to mark the comment for you. So everybody use this hack. Nobody write this again and again. Just wrap the piece of code that you want to mark comment like this and press control and backslash. So this is how you can mark the comment. But let me just tell you one thing that you always have to keep in mind, that don't put very sensitive information in the comment. So suppose I have some sensitive information, suppose a key for my database or something like that, na? Some sensitive information, and I'm just going to mark this comment other so that it cannot be visible on the screen. So let me just mark it comment, so it's not showing on a screen. But don't do this, because anybody can see this inside by doing this, na? Right click, inspect, and they can see it here. See, anybody can see this. So don't put some sensitive information. See, I'm getting this sensitive information here. So don't do this mistake. Don't put some sensitive information in your comments, or you can just put some general things like what are you writing and something like that, no? So don't put some in critical information. Okay, so that's all about the comments and all. Now in tomorrow's session we are going to understand about something called as block elements and inline elements, and we will also start styling this thing, because right now it's looking super ugly. So we are going to do something called as CSS to make this list, to make this web page little bit more appealing. Okay, little bit more appealing. Yeah, inspect. Yeah. And if you want to know more about this, and if you are like beginner, intermediate, or you're a working professional, you can literally anytime visit our website here, or you can join our group. And we provide two courses, like a full stack courses. Just click here now, start learning, and you will see two courses, one for the full stack web development, and another is one is for the data science program. So the thing is, in this program, first of all the courses are job ready. So if you want to land a job, or if you want to start your career as a software engineer, you can get enrolled into any of these courses. We will guarantee a job for you, and like it's showing me the enroll. And we are going to cover more than 15 projects. Like all this thing that we are going to do are like going to be project based. You're going to learn so many things, like in the web development program you will learn about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, Node.js, MongoDB, how to deploy your full stack program, backend, front end, also a little bit more about the latest technologies like Next.js, and so many more. Like the story is like I cannot even cover all the topics but just by name in few 5 minutes, because we will make you a complete software engineer. The course duration is 6 months. We will help you to crack interview. We will help you to get the interview with our partner companies. So your life is, and we will be with you throughout this journey. So if you want to kickstart your developer journey, you can just get enrolled. And if you're trying to, like, if you're planning to buy our courses, don't forget to use the coupon code SK10 to get 10% off. Okay, so don't forget to use this code. You will get the 10% off. You will get the link here. Okay, use this coupon code and you will get these links here. Yeah, so that's it for today, and tomorrow we are going to do some more stuff. We are going to do CSS, block elements, inline elements, and a lot of cool stuff. Like today was just the introduction. So today we covered what is internet, how, what we are doing, how this thing works, little bit of introduction. Just try all this stuff by yourself. If you face any problem, any doubt, you can ask me. And from tomorrow we are going to escalate the level of this session. So from tomorrow we are going to touch some advanced concept as well. So be prepared and be practice. Yeah, do the practice. Bye bye, see you, and it was a great time.